What is up, everybody? What is going on? Happy Tuesday to you all. This is another live edition of Let's Talk NXT here on the Around the Point Network. Do you like the new logo? Do you like it? Huh? Looks nice, doesn't it? Looks real nice. Wait till you guys see on Thursday what we have in store for Dynamite. Wait till you see that one. Oh my goodness, yo. We're changing things up here. We're changing things up here for real, for real. We are. We're not effing around here anymore. But what is going on, everyone? It is Thursday. It is Tuesday. Oh my goodness, what's wrong with me? It is November the 14th, 2023. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up and share with all your friends on social media. I'm Steve, and he's Big Mike. What's up, Mike? How you been? Like this? Look at this. Look at this, Bob. Look at this. Look at this. Mira esto. Mira nada más. Look at this.
It's beautiful. Yeah, I mean, it's like every basketball season when Inside the NBA on TNT gets a new set. It's just it looks nice.
It looks nice. Yeah, it looks nice. Look, I got your name on the bottom. I had to make sure I spelled Detroit Gamer right, just to make sure. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you can't spell my city right, man, you're in the mud.
Can you spell New Jersey?
That's neither here nor there, Steve.
at least you're honest.
Not in this condition that I'm in right now.
Brother, you telling me, dude? You're telling me. I didn't get home. I didn't get home from work till like 12ish, bro, because a plane decided to not leave on time. I had to stay outside.
Well, at least you can come home at 12. I'm on my lunch break at 12.
Not quite, bro, because then I had to do some. I had to do this. I had to do the overlay for sad.
Well, you did this at home. You did it at home.
Yeah, with a grandma who called Steven.
It doesn't matter. At least you're home.
I even managed to get
that 4-letter word that is near and dear to my heart.
Home, like The Rock. Home, back home. But I hope you're all having a good day, a good Tuesday. Hope your Tuesday was great, productive. I got to work out as well. Then I came here and watched NXT. I'll be honest with you. This NXT compared to last week's, I'm not saying it was bad. I'm not saying it was bad.
It wasn't bad. It was just there.
It took a couple steps back for me.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest here, man. If you had on your parlay Roxanne Perez beating Lash Legend, damn, in the mud, bro.
You lost on the first leg.
You lost on the first leg, yo. If you had Chase U retaining the tag titles, oh man, another X right there, another red X. Wrestling FanDuel was like, yeah, bro, not today. But other than that, we do have some advancement of the what do they call the Iron Survivor, right? The Iron Survivor and all that stuff, and yeah. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I wish they added more Mellow and Trick. I feel like it became a complete afterthought. Like this is not done. We know this, but I wish they would have leaned more into that. Like Mello all of a sudden is happy. Like we're supposed to really believe that Lexus King did what he did. I don't buy into it. I do
a little bit. I do a little bit because it's like I said, maybe Mello hired him to do it.
You think so?
Yeah, hired him to do it so he wouldn't, because at a certain point, Mello, if he attacked Trick Williams, he would have went overboard and Trick would have known. So you got to use somebody that he doesn't know, isn't familiar with, to get attacked by, and the culprit is his friend, his buddy, his day one.
Yeah, his day one. But again, do you think the way they're doing things, right? I mean, but then again, no, it would be silly, right? Because the year's about to end, right? And Deadline is the end of the year show. I'm about to ask you. Do you think we get the answer at Deadline? But then I realized they're gonna have to, or before that, because at the end of the year show, it'd be silly. You go into 2024.
You don't know who did it.
You know what? It's crazy, right? It's like there's these mysteries on both shows. It was like on NXT, who attacked Trick Williams, and AEW, who's the devil.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you're going into both scratching your head like, what the fuck? You know? But let us know in the chat or in the comments if you're watching this later on, your thoughts on NXT. What did you like? What did you not like? And all that stuff. The show opened up, Mike, with a little a backstage in the parking lot, the most unsafe spot in NXT. If you recall on social media, I don't know if you caught this on social media or not. Shawn Michaels summoned Andre Chase to the office, to his office.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see the video of him going into the office and all that stuff? And I'm not sure if he did or not. That's why I'm asking.
No, if it was on social media, no.
Okay. But they did play this video. They played the video yesterday on X and all that stuff. And today you see Chase University arrive to the PC in the most unsafe spot that you can imagine. Right? PC, the parking lot. Ask Hideo Itami. Ask Kenta how unsafe that.
I was gonna say, who's Hideo Itami?
Ask Kenta how unsafe that parking lot is. Then when it's push, you know what I mean. And he was not the same sense. But anywho, they ask, what's going on here, right? What the heck's going on? There's questioning involved here, right? There's a little scandal, right? Chase University is not so. It's not so. What's the word I'm looking for here, Mike? It's not as promising. It's as corrupt as all the other universities out there, man. It's as corrupt. I'm not surprised, but that's what's going on, right?
I think I'm out of the conversation of corrupt universities. There's a lot of things going on in my state, so I don't have any comment on corrupt universities.
Trust me, bro. I think Montclair State, Rutgers, you know what
I'm
I mean?
talking about current events. Huh?
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
No comment on my part.
Interesting. Brandon Brown writes here. In the backstage segment, he hinted at helping someone out when Corbin asked him. So there you go, too. Keep that in mind. Corbin we'll get to that in a little bit. But we opened up the show with the tag team titles.
Mm-hmm.
The family versus Chase U of Andre Chase and Duke Hudson. I'll be honest, I would have not opened the show with this match. But I kind of get why, because of the whole scandal that's going on and the whole thing with the media, right? The little NXT media that's there, right? The reporters trying to get answers and shit. I thought the match overall, as far as a match goes, it was okay. Mm-hmm. Was this as had that oomph like last week? Not really. Not quite. What you did notice, though, the student body of Chase University are let down. They were let down here to the point where they started walking out.
Yeah.
They started walking out, bro.
They're not buying in. They're done.
It's like, you go to a concert, right? Mm-hmm. Or you watch a DJ perform and the DJ, for whatever reason, is not hitting and people just start leaving one by one. That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. To the point where there was nobody in that Chase University section. Felt like you're watching AEW Collision. Felt like you're watching Rampage for a second there, but that's no here or there. And again, they weren't focused. Their mind was someplace else, and it cost them. Tony D'Angelo and Stack Lorenzo are once again NXT Tag Team Champions. But correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mike. But anyone in the chat, let me know. Because I want to think who had like one of the short runs too. if
I
I
think
remember,
AOP had a short run.
no, I was gonna say, believe it or not, you know who I was gonna say? Mustache Mountain.
No, Mustache Mountain had a longer run.
I remember they won in the UK and then they lost it like 2 weeks later. If I remember, to the
You
Undisputed
might
Era.
be right. Hold on, let me see.
But right now, less than a week, just a 1 week run with the tag team titles. And I'll be honest, bro, like, it's a shock, a real shock here, Mike. What are your thoughts overall, Mike? Your overall thoughts on the match?
Yeah, the match was fine. I think that the family should have never lost these titles. I understand there was a story to be had with Chase U and the family, but I felt like it could have been told without the family losing the titles. So I get it. But the match itself was okay, decent pace. I always like Tony D'Angelo working, so it's a joy to watch. So it was decent to me.
Yes.
I'm looking up these reigns real quick. Hold on. I'm sorry.
That's fine. We see backstage Baron Corbin talking with Dominic Mysterio. As you know, Baron Corbin was in the main event against
Mustache Mountain
Wesley.
held these titles for 2 days.
Yeah, technically, but
Technically
remember,
2 days. It
but
was a week.
they taped like hella stuff in between. So
Yeah, but the
this was
official days is 2.
so technically Mustache Mountain has the shortest run.
They had the
Look at that.
shortest run. Yeah.
Who would have thought, bro? Who would have thunk it?
And then after them was MSK, and unfortunately, we know how that turned out.
Unfortunately, yes, Mike. Thank you for it. Thank you for reminding me again, Mike. How did that one? I heard one of them is I'm not he became a former Impact Tag Team Champion. Went back to his roots with the Rascals, and I didn't mention this, but I was mentioning it real quick. They acquired a new member, Myron Reed from MLW. Pretty good talent.
Okay. I'll take your word for it, Steve. I won't disrespect them.
Exactly. You better not say not.
Even though I don't know who he is, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's worth the watch, dude. I'll tell you what. When you get a chance, dude, let's look up a match of his when you get a chance, and tell me what you think.
As if I remember.
Nah, I'll remind you before we go off there. I'll remind you. We had the Supernova sessions. Yeah, the Metaphor. Their guest was the Alpha Academy. And let me ask you this question, Mike. Are you digging this Alpha Academy now with Tosawa and him doing the little dance? Or are you more of the?
I'm this. Come on now.
You know what I mean?
Even though this is funny, that's funny.
Or
but this is
the
the Garcia. It's just a lot of dances in wrestling right now that's taking wave.
It is taking a lot of wave right now.
Yeah. But I must say this: Noam Dar has zero drip. Zero drip.
Well,
what he had on was terrible.
Oh yes. They introduced basically everyone was arguing over whether Tozawa would have beaten Dar last week. Basically, if you recall, last week it was Noam Dar and Tozawa, and Noam Dar got the win. So basically, they were arguing about that whole thing. And somewhere in this whole thing, freaking Otis. Are they calling him Otis now, or just Otis still? I don't know. Right?
It should still be Otis because I mean, whatchamacallit? What's her name? Maxine Dupree.
She's not even
adapted their ways.
Yeah,
not her way no more.
So Otis is
because Maximum Male Models is no more. They were trying to adapt him as a model.
Yeah,
and then they released the other two goofs. So.
And Otis, in his mumble or whatever the hell he was saying, was shooting a shot at Lash Legend.
I mean, Lash was lashing today.
Yeah, she was. And after all, I mean, of course, she had a big night today. She had a big night,
She
And
got, yeah.
it was a big night, Mike. It was a big night for her,
Respectfully.
respectfully.
Yeah, big, all right.
It was a big night. And quite frankly, I can't blame him. I don't blame him at all. Do not blame that man one bit. From there, we had Lash Legend versus Roxanne Perez. This was a qualifying match for the Iron Survivor, and it's crazy because what they're doing now, they're getting Hall of Famers to show up on their mobile devices, like they're recorded, like on their iPhones, right? Because we can't fly them into the studio, we can't get a camera. Like Mick Foley last week, and shout out to Wrestling Soup for pointing this out. His audio was just terrible.
I mean, he probably has a crap Android
Like,
or an
bro,
old iPhone.
dude, you mean to tell me he couldn't drive to his podcasting studio where he does a weekly podcast under the
Mick Foley has a
con?
podcast?
Yeah, Foley's pod.
What?
Yeah, dude.
How long has he had this podcast?
Oh, for a couple years, dude. You didn't know this?
Couple years?
Foley is pod, yeah, bro.
Foley is pod?
It's under the ad-free family, Mike.
That sounds like copyright infringement. Foley is pod sounds too much like Raw's Jericho or Jericho's pod or some shit like that.
Well, his talk is Jericho.
Talk is Jericho. Yeah. That sounds like copyright infringement to
Oh,
me.
you're telling me, man. You're telling me, like. But yeah, bro. That's basically what happened here. They had their match, but again, you mean to tell me you couldn't fly out Mick Foley, or he couldn't go to his studio where he had a good microphone and just record instead of him on his iPhone or whatever the hell he had, and just had this terrible audio where they had to edit and just like, yeah, it looked terrible. But yeah, that's what they did. They had Alita this week where she announced Lash Legend and Roxanne Perez.
Mm-hmm.
And I think next week is going to be JBL. That ought to be good.
Yeah.
I thought their match overall. I mean, listen, can we take to say Roxanne Perez literally got Lash Legend to have the best match of a run?
No, Lash looked okay. I liked her little Bianca Belair type moveset. You know,
you mean to tell me she's improved leaps and bounds?
She improved a little bit, but not leaps and bounds. But she's watchable in a match now. You know, that shows progress. When I can literally watch your match instead of just watching how you look, that's progress.
Yes, it was progress. Yes, it is. I remember the days when she was wrestling Nikita Lyons on NXT 2.0. Which, by the way,
man, bro, them days.
Them days were brutal. Yes, them days were brutal. It's like, where are they? Like, where is she now? You know what I mean? Where is she now? She's still recovering.
Wait for Nikita to come back too.
If she comes back,
she might not come back.
Chris Leclerc, I hate Kiana James. Come on, Chris.
Come on, man. That's a Nubian queen, bro.
Thank you from Spaz Phoenix and Tosawa. That's nasty. So yeah, that is nasty. So from there, again, we got Roxanne Perez and Lash Legend. The match, it looked like when you think about it, right? Lash Legend was gonna take the fall here, right? It looked like Roxanne had everything going her way. And let's be real about it. You think about Iron Survivor, she won it last year. You would think, I'll say, to me, if you won it, you should automatically be in the following year. Granted, Grayson Waller isn't there anymore. He's on SmackDown.
I was gonna say that. You're gonna bring Grayson Waller all the way back. Like I said, we'll watch along with I figure we'll watch along with was on. But I was like, that's the first time we've seen Melo ever miss. In that match.
Yeah, it was on Steve's Kitchen, if I remember.
Yeah. Steve's Kitchen. Yep.
Yesterday.
Steve's Kitchen. I said that's the first time we've ever seen Melo miss.
With
Iron Survivor.
Yeah, it was. It really was. And listen,
funny
man,
that Survivor won Iron Survivor. That's funny.
Oh yeah, it is true, right? He was on. Was he on Survivor Australia? I think it was.
Yeah.
You know, so I thought Roxanne was gonna win this, and then Kiana James, who Chris doesn't like. I don't know why. Doesn't like her.
That's a Nubian queen. I don't know.
Beautiful queen, bro. Beautiful. You know what I mean? and she cost a distraction, and based off of that, um, oh my goodness, Lash Legend took the advantage, and pinned Roxanne Perez. She basically, bro, beat a former women's champion, a former NXT women's champion, dude, to qualify for the Iron Survivor. Now, do I think this is the end? Like, I still feel like Roxanne Perez will be in the match. I do feel like they're gonna have the losers for the last spot wrestle in like a redemption round, if you will, and that's where Roxanne gets her spot in. Or quite possibly, hey, you know what? We're not gonna do this. We're just gonna do Roxanne and Kiana James, which is completely out of left field. I don't think the Kiana James. I don't think as good again as beautiful as Kiana James is, doesn't really need to be on PLE. You can do this match on TV.
Wait a minute. Spaz, he already announced the last chance battle royal. He already announced that.
Did he? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Did he really? Did he already like announce that already? I'm confused here. Someone check Mike check the Bible Thumpers account real quick. No, I'm guessing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Spaz. Had us going there for a second, pal. Like, had us going there for a second. Gosh darn, bro. Gosh darn, had us going there for a second. I was ready to try to figure this out. What the hell is going on here? You know, but that's what happened. Mike, your thoughts on the match, Mike. Your thoughts on this whole thing that went down.
Yeah, the man, like I said, man, Lash Legend and Roxanne Perez. It's great to know that you see people like Lash Legend improving. And I see her improving a little bit. Yes, Roxanne carried her a little bit in this match, a whole lot of it. But, some moves that she got off, she probably wouldn't have got off back in those her and Nikita Lyons beef. But yeah, I thought it was pretty decent. I thought it was a really good match.
Oh, it was. It absolutely was. And
out of left field, I didn't think that Lash would win though.
Neither did I. I did not think she would win, bro.
That was like a whoa.
Did not see that coming, bro. I did not see that one coming at all, bro. I'm like, what are we doing here? Put Lash on main, and that's a trade. Bianca can stand in the background for sessions if she want. Let's not say we did. Let's not say we did. From there we see the NXT Women's Champion Lara Valkyria watching footage like yesterday with like what's this dude's name, yo? I know Robbie Brookside and some other guy. They're watching tape on Xia Li from the Royal Rumble because we're all gonna get Xia Li versus Lara Valkyria next week for the title. It's happening next week.
Weird how that happens, huh?
Yeah, man. Listen,
we don't see Xia Li for months, and she gets a women's title match.
Hey, it's NXT, bro. You got to give her.
Who's booking it? Who's booking this show? Tony Khan.
I think it's the Bible Thumper, man. I think Tony Khan snuck into the Performance Center and spilled some coffee on Sean's. Well, not really. He just poured some water on his on his mobile device where he had all the bookings. Tony has the big calendar, the big paper, right, with the coffee stain that's dried up, and that paper makes a weird, funny sound. You know what I mean when you try to fold it. You know what I mean. So yeah. Basically, in the screen pops up a message where Xia Li invited Lara Valkyria for some tea. She shows up, and basically, the reason for all this is because in Xia's culture, this is what they do before they go to battle. But Lyra wasn't buying this stuff. She respectfully declined, and because of this, Xia Li had no choice but to have no remorse. To which Lyra was like, "Okay, That's fine. We'll see you next week. I mean, listen, you want to throw her some bodies, and I'm not saying that Xia Li is just a body, but for this situation, here's the thing too. The idea is that Xia Li might, because fact on Monday she's wrestling Becky Lynch.
Xia Li?
I think on Monday, this Monday coming up. If it's not this Monday, it's at a Survivor Series. Let me check something real quick here. Is it Survivor Series?
Xia Li on the pay-per-view? What?
I think so.
What? What's going on? How long have I not been watching the product? What's going on?
Come on, man. What are we doing, Mike?
What is going on?
Okay, no, it's not. It's on Raw. It's gonna be on Raw.
It better be on Raw.
It's on Monday. It's on Raw on Monday. So
But,
you gotta factor that in too. You gotta factor that in also. Like,
okay, well, I mean, yeah, she's gonna give her a good match. Sure, she's gotta look a little strong to face Becky on Monday, unless she squashes her on Monday, and then it just looks weird.
oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
bro. It would look weird, right? It would look weird as fuck.
What happened next, Steve?
What happened next? I'm glad you asked, Mike. Well, after this, we got obviously Mello and Trick making amends. You know, they're cool again, like nothing never happened, even though again, we know again, it's time will tell. I just wish they gave us more of this, bro. I wish they gave us more of this. We also saw Braun Breaker. Gave a stern warning to Dijak and all that stuff as well. Backstage also. Is Braun Breaker in the Iron Survivor? Is he? He can't be.
I don't think he is.
Someone let me know. Is he in the Iron Survivor? Let me know. But also, we did get Trick William versus Joe Coffey. I thought this match was a very good back and forth. You had obviously the Gallows boys getting involved. Booker T, it's Dijak and Trick. Thank you, Spaz. Thank you.
Yeah, it's only Dijak and Trick right now.
Yeah, so I want to just point this out, Mike. Booker T on commentary wasn't happy with Carmelo. Wasn't happy with him. Okay, you see Trick getting beat up, and all these Gallows guys, taking the advantage, and Melo not doing a thing to help. There's a moment where Trick goes over the top, he does a dive, right? Or one bad, it was Joe Coffey went for a dive, and Melo just leaves and just lets Trick just take the fall. Right. Instead of pulling his friend, pulling his partner, what have you. But eventually, Trick Williams did pick up the W. Got the win, as expected. Your thoughts on the match, Mike?
Yeah. Yeah, the match was cool. Trick advancing to the match. You think he's a favorite? You think he's a favorite to win this Iron Survivor for the guys?
I think what they might do.
It's him and I just saw it. It's him and
Dijak.
Him and Dijak so far.
Hey, Dijak, take those sunglasses off. We're inside.
But yeah, it's him and Dijak. So yes. Yeah, he's a favorite. I just want to see where this story leads. I mean, yeah. I always say this. Yes, it's all fine and dandy to have them feud, which is Melo and Trick, but I still think there's money left on the table with them still being a group.
Oh, I believe so too, bro. I agree. I do feel like there's still money left on the table as well. Let's move on here, Mike. We got obviously we mentioned before. Baron Corbin had an interaction with Lexis King backstage and all that stuff. I mean, Lexis King, I'll say that looked better here than he did last week.
Yeah, I don't think he's ready for live promo
yet
right now.
No.
Backstage segments, he's good.
If you give him a script, dude, you know what it is, bro. His entire career, he's not used to be given a script. Okay, this is what you have to say. This is what you got to remember. Over there in AEW,
there was an article that said that he has to read. He was reading off a script in AEW.
Well, in AEW, come on, Tony doesn't believe giving the talent scripts. You know what I mean? Speaking of scripts, Mike, let's talk about the Brawling Brutes versus OTM. Mike, did you notice something about OTM this week, bro? Did you
No, I
know?
try not to pay attention to these goofs.
So, Mike, I'm glad you said that because we said it before. We'll say this again. It's obvious, bro. They're watching us, bro. You're probably
Of course they
wondering.
are.
Let me show you something, Mike. So when they came out to the ring today, right? Their logo changed, dude.
Yeah.
They changed their logo. I wonder why, Mike.
Their logo, their nameplate's always been like the GTA.
Nah. Well, you got to remember. A couple weeks ago, they were rocking the ATP logo inspired OTM.
Yeah. They just had the T-shirt, but the last match they came out of, if you watched their last match, their nameplate was that, so that never changed.
Well, no, man, but they went out there get the Brawling Brutes, and I thought the match. Listen, I know they're watching us, right? But I can say I thought that was okay. Even though I wish for them being a tag team, like, bro, can you guys coordinate? Like, one of them is wearing the wrestling gear, right? I think it was Lucius Prince is wearing the wrestling gear, right? The kick pads, the little trunks, right?
I can't take these dudes serious. They
Neither
look like jobbers.
Neither can I. And then the other guy, Bronco Nima, looks like the dude who's just chilling in the back of the house, just sipping a Corona, smoking a blunt. But that's the kind of guy he looks like, Other than that, they lost. They lost, bro. So again, this is what happens, bro. When you try to take when you watch us and take our line, right? Out the mud, in the mud, right? When you try to take our logo, bro, and then you go into this match and you take the L, bro.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Right.
Other than that, Mike, your thoughts on this match, bro? Thoughts?
Bro, I didn't care. Once I see OTM, I tune out.
Okay, no problem. We saw Joe Gacy giving us cryptic messages. He was ghost wandering the halls of NXT and trying to find this place. He was filming this on the roof.
Mm.
The belief was that he's gonna jump off the roof. This guy's off his rocker. This guy.
I mean, was he ever on? Was he ever on his rocker?
I don't know, dude. Do you think it's crazy to think where this character began and where he's at now?
Yeah,
it's insane. But that's just me, of course. We got Gigi Dolan. We got Gigi Dolan versus Ariana Grace. There's a backstage segment for them two just going back and forth. I thought the match, I'll be honest with you, bro. I'll be honest with you, Mike.
I'm not feeling it.
I gotta agree with the tribal chief. I wasn't feeling it either.
They looked great. They looked beautiful. You know what I mean?
At this point, bro, at this point in the show, I can care less about how they look. It's just like entertain me.
My thing was, bro, where was Gigi Dolan in this? My bad. Where was Lola Vice? We couldn't get Lola Vice on the show. We couldn't get a cameo or recorded something with her with the contract. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah.
Don't worry, Mike. It's almost over, man. It's almost done. But she basically got the win. She got the win over Ariana Grace. Okay. Backstage, we saw Charlie Dempsey challenging Eddie Thorpe to a match. Likely that might be a qualifying match. Who knows, right? We
Eddie
also
Thorpe dude, man. Something pisses me off about him.
Come on. Well, what is it with Eddie Thorpe, Mike?
I don't know what it is. It's just something just pisses me off every time I see him.
Makes you feel some type of way.
Yeah.
Hating Roxanne Perez. Hashtag Roxanne. Oh, don't be that person, Chris. No hashtag activism over here, pal. Say nah. I do agree though. She does deserve kind of better. It's to quote our investor Paul. Just watch. Just watch. You see Top Dollar on X talking some nonsense, and he was gonna be Michael Cole's second Mania opponent. That was BS. I did see him and Cornette going at it though, which I thought was funny. Cornette called him Uncle Phil. Not surprised. Not surprised at all. We saw Chase backstage try to talk to the press as he was leaving, and then JC Jane tried to rescue him. So there was that too. Then we got the main event: Wes Lee versus Baron Corbin. Yes, I thought this match overall. Listen,
Really wasn't much to get into.
There was
it was a
not.
storyline match.
I know what the story was. In deep down, Wes Lee wanted to get his hands on Dominic Mysterio, get back the North American title. Somewhere in this match, and again, they were going at it, right? Some solid stuff here, right? Factor in Baron Corbin is competing for the title. Baron Corbin is competing for the title next in a couple of weeks, maybe at a deadline. Who knows, right?
No, it's a deadline. He's got a match with Ilya.
Yeah, this is the third time Corbin and Wes Lee going at it. It's crazy. But Dominic got involved. You thought it could end by a count out. Like, okay. He gets into the ring and he get hit with the end of days. 1, 2, 3. And again, I kind of wish there was disqualification. You know what I mean? Because again, Wesley just came back. You're already giving him an L.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, I get it. Baron Corbin is competing for the fucking title. So you want to make him look strong here. And I've always said, when he hits that end of days on small people, the move looks badass. It does. Even when he hits that deep 6. Looks badass, right? Ilya comes out. Try to make the save, and he gets hit with the end of days too. Laid out. Right? Mike, your thoughts?
Yeah, like I said, man, it was a storyline match. You know, you got the resume of the Dominic story with Wesley, and you got the current story with Ilya and Baron Corbin, which is like, man, Baron Corbin's getting the title shot. That's crazy. Match was okay for what happens. Like you said, the moves that when he works with smaller guys, his moves looks very devastating. You know, it looks crazy. I can't. I mean, I know what the outcome is going to be at a deadline, but how is that match going to look? Because you know how physical Ilya is. Is Baron Corbin going to take that punishment?
Probably. If I think for this match, and again, you know, you're feeding. Do I think Corbin's winning the title? Honestly, why not?
Just to say, hey, you've been here forever. Let's give you your world title.
No. But let's be honest here, right? The money with Ilya was the chase for the belt. He got it. Now what?
So we're just gonna flip the title to Baron Corbin.
They just flipped the tag team titles. Why not? Right at this point, you know what I mean? It's like WCW 2000 all over again. You know? I'm kidding. No, let's not do that. No. Belt Corbin by Spaz Phoenix. Corbin and King and Dom versus Trick and Mello and West. Let's go. Maybe at the house shows. I'm sure they're doing at the NXT house shows in Florida. You know, but I don't think that's gonna be on TV anytime soon. But that was NXT, bro. NXT overall, I'll be honest, compared to last week's, it kind of felt like a miss. I'm not saying it was a bad show. I just thought it was okay.
Same.
Nothing to go crazy about.
I give it a mid. It was mid, so I give it about a
prediction.
5.
I predict tomorrow we'll hear. Honestly, to be fair with you, 680 to 710,000.
Yeah.
I predict that for Oh, come on. Now, Spats, I know you're trolling now. Come on, man. I know you troll. You gotta love a good troll job when you see one. But I guarantee you, though, if Kenny Omega showed up to Destiny Pro Wrestling, you'd be going crazy. Don't cap. Anywho, guys, in case you guys missed it, yesterday, myself and Big Mike, we were live from Steve's Kitchen. Look at that new logo. Look at that. We talked about Bryan Danielson being in the Continental Classic, Cody in AEW. If the fans, are the fans really to blame? Talked about 18 years of Eddie Guerrero passing away. Jericho, that young lion, putting over, basically being put over by the veteran Konosuke Takeshita, and obviously Damage Control cooking. This Thursday on SAD, it's going to be our preview of AEW Full Gear. That's what's going down. Okay. So make sure you guys, again, if you're not subbed, you hit the subscribe button. You can follow the Around the Point Network on X at AT Point Network. You can follow me on X, like it says on the screen, at Heel Steven. Subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. Hit the bell notification. And all that fun stuff. Big Mike, let them know, where can they check you out, man?
You can follow me on Twitter, as it says on the screen right here, that Steve made so good. Detroit Gamer 313. Give us a follow above us everywhere. Steve works so hard, so please.
Exactly. Listen, Brad, for real. Come on, guys. Tell your friends, tell your in-laws, tell somebody, yo. Tell somebody. We'll be back Thursday with another episode of SAD. We'll be previewing everything that's Full Gear. I cannot wait for you guys to see the new logo for SAD. I cannot wait, guys. But that's going to be it for us. For myself, for Big Mike, we're tired. Okay, it's been a long day. We have work tomorrow in the morning. Thank you all. We'll see you guys Thursday for SAD. This has been Let's Talk NXT on the Around the Point Network. Good night, y'all.